And just before we get going with this last 16 clash between the 5-time world champion Raymond van Barneveld and Northern Ireland's Brendan Dolan, I bring you news. I bring you news of great deeds, news of heroism. And I think, in a Freudian slip, I may have just said nudes. Because Steve Beaton has just beaten the all-conquering Michael van Gerwen, a second day running where MVG goes out early. And beaten 6-2 by the bronzed Adonis. And I can barely tear myself away at looking at pictures from the Adonis in his heyday, relaxing in a jacuzzi, to talk of Raymond van Barneveld's opening visit of 180.
60.
But I will reluctantly have to, because Barney is here, and Barney is looking focused and enthusiastic and dangerous and perfect for 5 darts at least. Last 16 action here. Brendan Dolan
125.
Has a phenomenal record against Raymond van Barneveld in their most recent meetings. Look at this from Barney. What a leg of darts.
123.
123 scored. Means he's down to 58. Single 18, double top, 11 darter. You're not going to break that, Brendan Dolan, unless you throw the perfect leg.
100.
Brendan Dolan, the first man to throw a perfect leg at the Grand Prix, of course. Double start tournament. Will it be an 11? Tops. 10s for a 12 darter. But he will return.
48. Sorry, 38.
We're into the closing stages, and I can tell you that Peter Wright, the winner yesterday, has been knocked out by Simon Whitlock, the wizard. I can tell you Jelle Klaassen is through to the quarterfinals as well, seeing off Richard North. He'll face
60.
Ryan Palmer or Mark Barilli. Whoever comes through this one will face either Jamie Lewis, the Welshman, or world number 2, Gary Anderson. And Raymond van Barneveld makes a strong start, pinning double 10 for a 13 darter. Brendan looking to fill it up.
140.
Settles for a ton 40. Now, I mentioned Brendan Dolan's recent record against Raymond van Barneveld. He's only beaten him 5 times in their 13 meetings. But 4 of those wins have come in the last 5 games. Admittedly, you've got to go back. There's one at the match play last year, the UK Open Qualifier the year before, and then a couple of times in 2013. That was really when Brendan Dolan was on the rise.
44.
Claimed 5 PDC titles as Brendan Dolan. 4 of them in that spell, 2013 to 14. It's when he was moving right up into the top 10 in the world. He was genuinely talking about seeing himself as a top 4 player. But then came a slump in form and he really struggled. There have been some encouraging green shoots of recovery from the history maker.
85.
He's got new darts. He's been using, well, they're not new anymore. He's been using them for about a year. But he said that he had to change something in his game. What he was doing wasn't working. So
59.
he had to rebuild, if you like. And he made a quarter-final of the Grand Slam of darts back in November. And he started winning games on telly again. There was a number of months where he just could not win a game in big TV tournaments. He won a game at the Grand Prix. He beat Barney at the match play last year. Had that run at the Grand Slam. Won a couple of games at the Players' Championship finals. Won a game at the Worlds. It's encouraging. Nice to see. One of the nice guys in darts, Brendan Dolan. Treble 19 for tops. 78 left. Treble 18 for double 12. And he'll just take a fat 20 to leave tops.
57.
Unless Barney can do something ridiculous. And this man has made a living of doing ridiculous things. 154, treble 20, treble 18, tops. Not to be. Dolan will get the chance to level things up.
58.
Saw Barney yesterday go out to Adrian Lewis, the eventual runner-up, and it was a bit of a lacklustre display from Barney, really. Adrian just saw him off relatively easily.
Game shot.
One apiece here, though. Brendan levels things up. He's just beaten Mervyn King to get to this stage as Brendan. Beat him in a deciding leg. Oh, another 180 from Barney to kick off this leg. He'd have beaten Matt Paget and Sam Head, the other guys Brendan Dolan claimed victories against. As for Barney, beat Ryan Harrington, son of the great Rod, as we call it. Then he beat Wayne Jones, both 6'5". Then Michael Smith, who we'd seen on this board here earlier on,
100.
won at 6'4". So he's had some tight games as Raymond. We saw him in the Premier League beating Adrian Lewis on Thursday night. Made the semi-finals of the World Championship, of course. Absolutely phenomenal run from Barney. Beat Alan Norris. Beat Adrian Lewis there. Beat Phil the Power Taylor. His first win at the Worlds over Phil Taylor.
65.
Since the game. The final in 2007. That one. Remember that one? Greatest game ever? Yeah, greatest game ever. Sudden death leg. Barney, Taylor. You know it.
125.
125 for Dolan. Doesn't get him to a finish. Barney has left the 156. He loves the 156. He loves the 156. He'd take the 156 out for a steak dinner. Oh, needed the treble again for double 18.
140.
Leave himself double 8 to go back into the lead at 2-1. Had a run at the World Cup of Darts. He's played some really good stuff at the World Cup of Darts, Brendan
100.
Dolan. For my money, a few years ago, when he was playing with Mickey Mansell, the Clonal Cyclone, he was probably the best player in the whole tournament. Beat MVG in singles play. They made the semi-finals.
Game shot.
But Barney edges back into the lead. 3 holes of throw here. Double 8 the dart that does it. But Brendan's holding his own here. Look at this.
139.
139, not to be sniffed at. Just run you down the other games we've got. Whitlock awaiting in the quarterfinals. Chris Dobie and Ian White. That's over on the other streaming board with the esteemed Chris Murphy. Is there another one to start the leg?
140.
Not quite. James Wade and Dave Chisnell. Premier League clash there. The winner of that faces Benito van der Pas or Steve Beaton. The man who beat MVG. Now, I think he thinks that's a bit loose in the board, which is why he came down. Had it been a bit more firmly stuck in that treble 20, Brendan might have quite liked how those darts were lying to just clatter into them and try and register another maximum. Other half of the draw, it's Gary Anderson versus Jamie Lewis. Winner of that plays the winner of this one. And then Ryan Palmer and Mark Barilli, couple of outsiders there. One of those two will make the quarters and take on the Cobra, Jelle Klaasen. Will probably be absolutely delighted MVG's been sent packing, because quite frankly, MVG has done for him in a number of tournaments over the last 12 months. Both of these guys have won UK Open Qualifiers in the past. Raymond van Barneveld won back-to-back ones a number of years
32.
ago. Brendan Dolan picking his one up, as I said, in that spell 2013 to 14, where he was really playing probably his best stuff. Worked his way there. He made 8 PDC finals, Brendan Dolan, before he finally got over the line and won a title. And then all those 4 came in a sort of 18-month spell. Kind of opened the floodgates for him.
81.
Bit of time here for Brendan. May look at the 18s. 4 18s leave double 16. That tends to be Brendan's double of choice. That's why he's gone that route. Yep, double 16 it is for a 104 checkout. Lovely stuff, Brendan Dolan. 2 apiece. 4 consecutive holds of throw. 4 pretty strong holds of throw. If that continues, Barney wins it in a deciding leg and another tight game for the 5-time world champion. I tell you what, if he's going to kick off 180 every single time he has the throw, as he has done 3 times so far in this game, it's going to be very difficult for Brendan to get the breaker throw he needs. Well, unless he just throws a 180 back at him.
100.
Bit like that. 4 maximums in this game. 3 to Barney, 1 to Brendan. Ooh. But if Barney is going to miss, just below the treble bed is where he
91.
wants to miss, because then he can just stack them on top of it. Comes down to the treble 17 to good effect, leaves 230. That means a level ton leaves 130. 130 is a good finish. Means you get 2 darts at the treble 20 bed and 1 at the bullseye if you get 1 treble.
100.
Even a 60 gives him a finish,
60.
yeah, puts him on 170. But it's an opportunity now, Brendan. Ton gives him something manageable. Ton 40 really help. As he looks for that break of throw. Well,
100.
a ton leaves him 121. The 170 for Barney. Oh, it's just below. Good switch to the 18s. Very good switch to the 18s, Raymond van Barneveld. 121. Needs 1 treble for a dart to break. Now it's up to the treble 18. Gets it! Dolan for 3-2. And a breaker throw. What a finish, Brendan Dolan. Yeah, deserved the celebration. Brendan Dolan gets the break he needs. That was a leg where Raymond van Barneveld kicked off 180. Dolan went with him, and that 1-2-1 checkout. Stunning stuff from the Northern Irishman. Maybe Brendan Dolan is getting back to somewhere near his best. And if he is, people had better watch out, because he was a very, very tough customer. Michael Van Gerwen, back in sort of 2013-14, said Brendan Dolan, he rated him as the most underrated PDC player. So that people don't realise how dangerous he is. They get preoccupied with how his pace, how he's slower than other players. They don't recognise the quality of their darts he's throwing.
$100.
Little round of applause from Brendan there. Why not? Why not? It's a good dart, that last one.
$99.
Still work to do for Brendan here. Barney attacking his throw.
$60.
I can tell you that Ryan Palmer has beaten Mark Barilli 6-1. It's going to be Palmer versus Clarkson. And Ian White has seen off Chris Dobie 6-2. So it's White versus Whitlock in the quarterfinals. That's the other half of the draw. The Palmer-Clarkson one is in this half of the draw. But the immediate focus of whoever comes through this will be either Jamie Lewis or Gary Anderson, the world number 2. World number 1, Michael Van Gerwen, knocked out, of course. Now Brendan Dolan fills it up, and what a timely 180 that is. A second maximum for the man from Belcoo in County Fermanagh. Gets him down to 66. Barney looking at 18s to try and break back immediately. Staying there, single gives him a dart at the bullseye, but 2 means he gets 1 at double 7, and he misses outside. Big moment this. Brendan Dolan may only get 1 dart himself. It'll either be bull or treble 10. Bull for double 8, treble 10 for double 18. Now, 56 left, 16 for tops. It is tops. Massive dart. And we've got daylight between these two. Brendan Dolan, superb finishing, takes out 66, only 1 dart at the double, gets it, and makes Barney pay for that missed dart himself. We've got daylight between these two. Brendan Dolan 2 legs away from a place in the quarterfinals. Brendan Dolan made the quarterfinals of the Grand Slam, but in terms of floor events, you know, you've got to go back ages and ages and ages for Brendan to have had a run to a quarterfinal.
100.
September 2015 is the last time he made a quarterfinal on the Pro Tour. That was in Barnsley. Encouraging signs, but look, the job is not done yet, and Raymond van Barneveld quite capable of turning this around because he's not playing bad darts at all. Consecutive 140s, another strong leg of darts on his own throw. Took something special from Brendan to break him in that fifth leg.
60. $90.
Fires in a 90. Gets down to 131. If it had just been the 25 for that last dart, it would have left that 156 that Barney so loves.
81.
Brendan's some way back. So Barney looking to cut the gap. He's lost the last 3 legs. 71 left. Doesn't look to be in the treble 13,
91.
so he'll come back and have a go at double top. Brendan, can he apply some pressure? A ton 40 would at least ask the question. And that's awkward. It's a bit of a blocker dart for him. He wants to stay on the treble 20.
100.
And it does get him down to a finish. But it's a tough one. And Barney looking at tops. Now for double 10. Hit this in the first leg. Hits it again. So it is 4-3. Barney stops the rot, but it's still advantage Dolan.
$44.
A slip from Dolan. An opportunity. Can Barney jump on it? Barney said the back end of last year that he's going to dedicate himself to the tour,
99.
play everything he can. That's been one of the things he's been guilty of in the past. He just hasn't turned up for all the events. And then when he has, he's looked out of form. Sometimes disinterested. But he seems to have the bit between his teeth and has done for a few months now. And we've seen that in some of his displays. I mean, the World Championship, it was absolutely immense stuff from Barney. Somewhere near his best.
100.
And it took something spectacular from Michael van Gerwen to deny him a place in the final and a chance of a 6th world crown. If Barney's attitude is right,
95.
we know he can do special things. I mean, he won the Premier League out of nowhere. Didn't look likely. And then he just went on a run and just could not stop picking up points. It was similar when he won the Grand Slam. That was his first major title for about 5 years. He just has these spells where he just plays darts that other people can't handle. And he's given himself a real chance to break back here.
140.
That is a phenomenal couple of darts from Brendan Dolan. Blocked his path to the treble 20. He was covering half of it with that first dart. But he's fired in a ton 40, and 124 is more manageable than 134, but he can still make this work, Barney. Oh, it's just gone next door, I think. Yeah, he wanted the treble 14. It's in the treble 11. Had he hit the treble 14, he would have had a dart at double 16. But Brendan Dolan, he's already hit 121. Took it out in the bullseye. 124, similar equation. Treble 18 has to hit this. Oh, doesn't do so. Leaves him a ton, so treble 20 would have left him tops. But Barney's get 3 darts. 3 darts for Raymond van Barneveld to break back. Level it up at 4 apiece. This is why you cannot write this man off at any stage. Raymond van Barneveld takes out the 32. It is 4 apiece. It is effectively a best of 3 game, and Barney has the throw in 2 of the 3 remaining legs. Won back-to-back UK Open Qualifiers, Raymond van Barneveld, back in sort of 2012. I think he may have won them straddling each year, in fact. No, they're both in 2012.
60.
It's been a long while since he's won one. but he has looked as likely as most to go on and win titles over the last few months.
100.
Very nearly snuck into the European Championship, having not played the Euro Tour all year. Qualified for the last one, needed to make the final. Agonisingly beaten just before that stage.
60.
Just the 60. 2 tons for Barney, 2 60s for Dolan. Advantage to the Dutchman.
$100.
Needs to fill it up. Not going to do that. And you can see Brendan, he knows.
100.
He knows that that is not good enough. Not good enough to pressure the legendary Barney. Barney, who at the World Championship on his grandson's birthday
55.
just said, I'm not going to lose tonight. And he didn't. Not many people in any sport who can just decide what an outcome of a contest is going to be before they take to the stage or whatever field they're participating in. But with Barney, you just get the feeling he does. If he genuinely believes he's going to win, he's going to win.
140.
You should have more grandkids. You should have 365 of them. He'd be invincible. If they're all born on separate days. 146 for Barney.
$92.
Chips away at it. Dolan, 141. This would be even better than the 121 he took out to break. Needs 2 trebles for a dart at a double. Treble 20. Just above. Not to be. He's relying on Raymond van Barneveld missing.
59.
And of late, that has not been a solid game plan. 54 for Barney. 14 tops. Easy bit done. Tricky bit made to look easy. Raymond van Barneveld 1 leg away from the quarter-finals. He leads 5-4. Brendan Dolan, a hold of throw here. We go all the way.
$140.
Irrespective of the result, Brendan Dolan has played some good darts here. It's good to see. He could be working his way back to somewhere near top form. Very encouraging for a man who has struggled for quite a long time. But Raymond van Barneveld showing absolutely no sentiment at all. That is his 4th maximum.
$100.
And Brendan Dolan just holding the pose there. Why not? This will look elegant. Oh, classy stuff from Raymond van Barneveld. Doesn't want to go to a deciding leg. Wants to win this here and now. 5 trebles at his first 6 darts. It's given him a huge opportunity to do that.
$95.
Not seen many darts stray into the 5s and 1s in this game. It's been a very accurate and consistent performance from both players, but for Brendan to see that happen, and he's left him a bogey number, just takes the pressure off Barney a little bit.
98.
98 off, leaves him 86, so he should get at least a dart at the bullseye for the match when he returns. See Jelle Klaassen just heading off in the background. He's just played quarter-final with Ryan Palmer. We are awaiting the result from that one. Be the first man through to the semi-finals, whoever's come through that one. Dolan on 109. Barney sets himself 86. Treble 18 for double 16. Stays on the 18s. Bullseye for the match at a 6-4 win. Barney misses. Barney misses by a distance. Brendan looking at 109. He has survived a match dart. He needs to take out a ton-plus finish to stay alive and take us all the way to an 11th and deciding leg. He came through a decider against Mervyn King in the previous round. Can he repeat the trick? 90 left. Treble 18 for double 18. Well, he's gone bull, and I don't understand that shot. It's a tiny target. Bull for tops. With 2 darts in hand, it has to be treble 18. But Barney is going to get 2 more match darts. 6 or 10. One of the 2. It'll be 10 for double 16. Double 8. And Barney has missed 2 more match darts. Brendan Dolan survives, at least for now. Shake of the head. Trying to G himself up. 18 for double 16, I would think would be the route. It is. Double 16. To take us all the way. Dolan. Pins it. And Raymond van Barneveld, he has missed 3 darts for the match. Brendan Dolan hits double 16. And now he needs a strong leg to break Barney. He managed it once in this game. In the 5th leg, he kicked off 180 and took out a 1-2-1 check out on the bullseye. He may have to do something similar if he's to overhaul the 5-time world champion. This is where we find out just how far Brendan Dolan is on the road to redemption. Back to his best, and he's kicked off 180. The guts of this man.
$100.
Back-to-back tons. It's not a disaster for Barney. But Dolan, he has to follow that 180 up. Ooh, now comes down the board. 47. 180, 47. And the initiative is handed right back to the Dutchman. Is it all getting a bit nervy?
45.
It might be, you know. It just might be. A reprieve for the former decorator from County Fermanagh. He's back in the treble. And again, look at this. Brendan Dolan, a 4th maximum, 2 coming in a deciding leg to try and break the throw of Raymond van Barneveld. What an effort from Brendan Dolan. It's good to kick off a maximum, but when you follow it 47, to then pick yourself up the floor and fire in another, and he's going to get 2 visits from here. This is Brendan Dolan's match to lose. Treble 18 for double top. Or does he go for the bullseye? I don't think he does. He goes straight at the treble 18. Well, he's not going to get a match start at this visit, but he's going to get 3 when he returns. Raymond van Barneveld looking to apply pressure, but he's just seen this game slip away from him. He was in charge, having battled back and taken a 5-4 lead. He's on 56. He's asked the question, but the Northern Irishman, for a 6-5 win, double top he wants. And Brendan Dolan's in the quarterfinals. A stunning display. First time in, 18 months Brendan Dolan's made a Pro Tour quarterfinal. And could he go further, because he has shown guts against Barney today. The 5-time world champion and Premier League player is out.
Welcome.